I wanted to make a show about a sex club. The name Alien Sex Club suddenly sort of coalesced in my mind, and then I had to work out how to make it, and that's what I've been doing for 3 years. One of the things I'm looking at is how has HIV changed from the 1990s to now, or the 1980s till now, and the biggest change has been in the complexity of issues feeding into HIV. You have to look at those things all in conjunction. Looking at them separately isn't enough. I'm researching a PhD that looks at the maze-like nature of cruising and HIV and how that's represented. How you might use a maze to hold together spatially all the things I'm making, but also tracing the history of the cruise maze. It's not a functioning sex club, but it's about a sex club, and it's a new sex club, or it critiques what a sex club is by looking at, particularly looking at a cruise maze, and why is the maze inherent to cruising for gay men. It's trying to re-visualise HIV, and it's trying to put it back on the agenda. I think it's slipped off our discussion, particularly in the West. We think of it as an African problem or something like this. It's not. Rates of transmission are going, or diagnoses are going up in the UK. So there's kind of two spaces to the show in London, and you enter on a mezzanine and there's an enormous inflatable, which is, I've called it Pug Virus. And then you walk through a curtain made of organza, which completely tints the whole space with colour. And it's a PrEP curtain, an immunity portal. So pre-exposure prophylaxis is this new thing where we're going to be able to take a pill a day and guard against HIV. So you're immunised as you come down through this space. And then you get into a whole zone where there's tarot reading going on, HIV testing available a few hours a day, a series of paintings called Pill Burden, which look at the change in the amount of drugs you need to take from 1990 on to now. There's a whole kind of graveyard to the AIDS dead. And then we go into the maze, and that's made up of paintings and cardboard walls, wallpapers. It's dense with pattern and colour, and lots of images that recur relating to mazes and HIV and pills and viruses. Then there's a series of objects, videos. There's different lighting in different spaces. There's lots of video installations that you can sit and watch, and you can get lost in there and navigate your way around and circle for hours if you want. I'm looking for entry points for people that know nothing about art to come and experience what I do. So it's hopefully very accessible.